What's up, everyone? James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the news that Alexander Rakic allegedly was assaulted from former opponent and former UFC light heavyweight Jimi Manuwa yesterday at UFC London. Rakic taking to Twitter and giving his thoughts on what had occurred. Again, there's two sides to every story here, but here's what Rakic had to say. We're going to watch what he had to say, and then I'll give my thoughts after the fact.
Jimi Manuwa, you piece of shit. You son of a bitch, man. What a pussy move you did last night on me. Guys, I will just let you know that after the event at UFC London, I was escorting, the securities escorting me to the transfer to the hotel, back to the hotel, and Mr. Still Sleep was sitting in my row at the end of the row, so I needed to pass him by.
Just quickly, he's talking about when he says still sleep. Alexander Rakic knocked out Jimi Manuwa years ago. And I believe this was the last fight before Manuwa retired. So there's some bad blood here. You know, obviously there's that's sort of the root of what has happened here. But let's hear what Rakic has to say the rest of the way.
And I passed by and he talked to me something. I didn't really pay attention first, and the second, I have nothing to do with that guy. You know, for me, this is over. So I start to turn away and he sucker punched me, and even in that close range, he couldn't catch my head. I think he hit me with the forearm on my neck, and the securities were so fast here and they separate us. Man, what a fucking pussy move. You knew that I'm be alone in London by myself. You knew that I had surgery 9 weeks ago, and you did this? Man, you're such a bad loser. And I want to people know what a piece of shit you are. You know, I'm gonna stay in your head forever. I retire you, I knocked you out, and the world saw that. So, happy retirement, Mr. Sleep.
Okay, so there you go. Alexander Rakic obviously upset with what's happened. I agree with him here. Look, far be it from me, a guy who's sitting behind a camera here, to call a professional fighter the P word like Rakic is, but I do agree with him here that you can't be doing stuff like this. This is exactly like the whole Jorge Masvidal situation, and I'm sure whatever Rakic said was nothing close to what Colby Covington said to Jorge Masvidal. Not that anyone, and you guys know me quite well, I'm not one to condone violence in a public setting. I think that's ridiculous. Yeah, this just looks terrible, and this is the fight I was referencing here. You know, Manuwa defeating Rakic back at UFC on ESPN 11 back in 2019, and Rakic had finished him in the first round. So obviously a little bit of bad blood. It was a 47-second knockout there, but yeah, bad look, and for a variety of reasons. Number one, you don't sucker punch anyone in public. Number two, like Rakic mentioned, he was alone. And number three, the guy just had surgery. Like, this is, I guess the silver lining here is that Rakic didn't end up getting, seriously hurt here, because he just had surgery. You know, again, he's been dealing with a lot of stuff, and yeah, just bad look overall. And my worry with stuff like this is that you're going to have people who already don't like MMA use this type of situation as fuel to get people to, you know, to not watch MMA, or to say it's violent. It's too violent. The people who fight here, look, they're fighting each other outside the cage here. So this is just a bad look overall. Again, like, I doubt whatever Rakic said was enough to even prompt this. I think, you know, like he was saying in the video, that Manuwa was being a sore loser. Also got to point out, there's two sides to every story. I would love to hear what Manuwa's version is of this. But again, for a guy like Rakic to go out here and give a very detailed description of what's happened, it's likely that this did occur. And let me just also say that, you know, I've done a handful of interviews with Rakic, just one of the nicest guys ever. Like, not someone that's, you know, going out there and trying to get under his opponent's skin, especially with something in a fight that he won, right? This was back in 2019. So just a bad look overall here for Jimi Manuwa. Again, I'd like to hear his side of things and get him to sort of bring this to the forefront a little bit. But the big thing here is that Alexander Rakic appears to be okay. But man, not a good look here, sucker punching people. We can't be going along this trend here in our society of people just sucker punching other people because they don't like what they have to say. To me, you know, a really, intelligent, strong person is someone who can, you know, contain those emotions and not deal with it in a violent way. So that's just my 2 cents on that. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. File this under things I did not see. I think I would be reading about or hearing about on a Sunday after UFC London. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/Lynch on Sports. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. It helps me out big time. Let me know what you think of this. I'm James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.